please like and subscribe.
Hello, Collective. Welcome to your reading. Collective, this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in, so please take what you need and leave the rest behind. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm not speaking about you, like if you don't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around, okay? Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High for the collective and for everybody involved. Thank you. Everything you can see okay, and what's on the bottom of the deck? The King of Wands. Oh, beautiful. The King of Wands. So this is what is supporting the entire reading. This is the energy supporting the entire reading. This could be a person, or this could be an energy that's in your life that is supporting this whole reading. So big picture seer, holotropic thinker, multi-dimensional thinker, multi-dimensional energy, holotropic energy, big picture seer. So an expansion, the energy of expanded vision within you and without you. An overcomer. So an energy that is very strong. Let's put that up here. Let's see that okay. Okay, so King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Very beautiful. Okay, so you were somebody else as a wisdom holder, a wisdom keeper. This is how I see this card now. In this aspect anyway. In this aspect. Fish is food of the deep. So interesting, like a lot of blue. But you're a wisdom keeper. You're also, you're coming out of a past where you were also very, very sensitive and having a lot of wisdom, but yet it was not yet mature energy. You carried a lot of wisdom, you carried a lot of knowledge. It's more knowledge I'm feeling that you had not yet integrated into wisdom. You had not yet practiced it yet though, but you were still a wisdom holder, like you're an old soul. But yet, you may be an old soul, but that soul yet hasn't touched the ground yet through your body. It's still a young soul. It's still an old soul in a very young body, an experienced body, and this is in your past. But whatever happens here, you definitely come into healing and you mature this energy. You very much, look at this Queen of Wands, King of Wands here. So you very much, and look at, they're staring right at each other. I love that. And right between them is healing. Familial healing, maybe family healing. You've come through a healing of some kind. Not only healing, but going through a steady gain, a steady increase of life, an increase of material gain, an increase of feeling good. Look at the white flowers coming out of the cups. You know, that's indicative of innocence, and innocence is new. So it's like a new freshness is coming towards you. What entered into your life. Because yes, you're a wisdom keeper, but as you matured, you embodied now. Yeah, I'm getting that you intimidate a lot of people. It's not that you're intimidating. You're not intimidating at all, but people are intimidated. Just because of your presence, you have a sort of a regal, royal presence about you. People, you watch, and you feel the vibration of others. You feel them. You not only watch them, you feel them, and they know it. They know it. Some people are very uncomfortable around you. They stay busy and avoid the still moments where they can feel when they're in your presence. People that are uncomfortable will keep themselves busy and distracted from your energy, because they're not yet ready to be present. And if they were, they would have the same fire for themselves that you do for yourself. Beautiful energy. And that's what I'm feeling here, is that somebody in your life avoids you because they're intimidated of you. And this person's kind of all talk. But you know it. I love this. This is you, the 10 of Cups. No, sorry, the 9 of Cups. Very luxurious, very satisfied. You have a realization of completeness. Like self-praise, happiness, pleasure, because of where you are, because of the work you've done. It's not like, let me make this clear. Many people hold wisdom within them and are old souls, but it doesn't mean that they listen to the guidance that comes from within, that still small voice. Many people avoid, distract. You know, it's like Ram Dass, he nailed it on the head when he said, many people want to look like they want to be conscious. You know, you get a lot of clout when you look like you want to be conscious, when you're acting like you want to be conscious. But oftentimes that is gifts that will remain unopened because of what that consciousness will cost you. Eckhart Tolle says it this way: the ego wants to want, but it doesn't want to have. You know, we love the chase. We love the chase. The chase of what? Who knows? But that's what I'm feeling about your person here. Is they're not finished chasing. And you're very in a place of inner luxury, place of abundance, inner abundance. I'm feeling like a welling up from within you. There's a welling up of self-love, self-praise, acknowledgement for acknowledgement for how far you've come, for how hard you've worked. You've worked really hard to speak kindly to yourself. Whatever, okay, this young energy, I'm going to clarify this. I'm going to clarify this one. Normally I don't, but I am going to. I don't clarify the corners because these are outcomes, but sometimes I want to know more. Because I'm feeling like you didn't always talk nice to yourself. I'm feeling like whatever you have gained here has been hard won. It's definitely been hard won. Oh my gosh. And whoever this is that's all talk, they're deceptive, manipulative, and all talk. They're not ready to be congruent. They're incongruent. Their words and their actions don't line up. And you can see this, and they hate that you can see this. But as long as they keep themselves distracted from knowing you can see them, they're happy. They can handle being in your presence as long as they're distracted. As long as they get up, just like as an example, get up and start wiping the counters down, washing the dishes, just keeping themselves busy with petty little chores. It keeps their mind off any uncomfortableness. They get to avoid it because they're busy doing something. So yes, and here we are. In some ways, this person was also you, though. I'm seeing that now, and it makes perfect sense. Because this was really young energy, and you had to go through this part of yourself to get here. A new contract coming in, a new sense of your relationship to life, your relationship to spirituality, your relationship to faith. Yes, like it's this new force comes into you, and it's because you abandon this. You abandon this. I'm feeling that you're going to be very overstressed and exhausted, but it's not a bad thing. I'm feeling like you're working super hard, like very hard. And yes, oh God, this makes me want to cry. Even though, even though you have worked really hard to speak kindly to yourself, I feel that you're still very hard on yourself. You expect so much from yourself. You expect so much from yourself in such a short period of time where, yes, oh my gosh, they're saying you give other people weeks, months, but yourself, you expect it now. Come on, because you are evolved. You are evolved. I'm just hearing, go easy. Just go easy on you. Be easy on you. You're incredible. overcoming this too. That's why you're able to recognize this in somebody else, because you recognize it in yourself. You carried a lot of wisdom. You were very sensitive. You had a lot of happy surprises because you were naive. Okay, let me tell you this. The etymology of the word nice. The etymology means the original function of the word nice. It comes from Greece. It is from the Greek language, and it means naive. Youthful, this is a very youthful energy. You carried a lot of wisdom in your youth. And young people are so nice because they're naive. I was the same way. I thought the world would be utopian and we would all get along. And, I had this whole fantasy world built up in me that came crashing down when reality came in, that I hadn't yet allowed myself to be educated about. So yeah, exactly. This is what I'm feeling exactly for you. That you went up against yourself because you didn't want to be like another phony holy person or phony leader. Oh yes, this is the way, I'll show you the way. And meanwhile, you haven't even done the work yourself, you didn't want to do that. There's so many of those in the world and you did not do it. It's beautiful. And that's what brings you into a new sense of force, spirit, vigor, strength. But a new force comes into you. And that's what I mean. That's what lands you here. Brings you a lot of joy. And the Hierophant in reverse. Although I'm just getting vertigo. Whew. Vulnerability. I feel like I'm not speaking to a young person. You were young. You did come through this, but you're no longer young. And I'm feeling like even though you have several decades under your belt in experience, that's what I'm feeling. Whoever I'm talking to, that's the energy that I am feeling. Maybe you are young. Maybe for some of you, you are. But whatever this change is and whatever you've gone up against in yourself that brings you into a very happy energy, you're still very vulnerable. You're still very vulnerable and still healing. And that's what the white flowers are about. That makes perfect sense. Because the white flowers are innocence that is growing out of the cups. So you've alchemized something in yourself. It wasn't that you alchemized your past and your pain. It's like you've alchemized yourself. I'm feeling like, yeah, you did work a long time on your pain, on your anger, on whatever. A lot of healing, but like I said, you expect so much of yourself. And there's gonna come a point when you're gonna put this down. You're gonna put this almost like a beast of burden. That's what you've known your whole life is hard work, the hard road. That's what made you so strong. And I'm feeling that cyclically, astrologically, whatever you've done here, you've completed a really hard cycle. And you're still expecting, you are like a miracle worker. This is what I'm getting on yourself. And you're still expecting more from you. And I'm getting that the exhaustion is going to show you it's like what Ram Dass teaches, enlightenment. And that's what I'm feeling you're going to come into is enlightenment. And this wasn't stated by Ram Dass. Ram Dass quoted this person, but who he's quoting was Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, who was a Tibetan monk, and he was stationed in Nova Scotia. And you can look him up on the internet, but he quoted this. He said, "Enlightenment is the ego's ultimate disappointment, because there's nothing to do. You realize everything is perfect. Everything is unfolding perfectly according to natural law. God is natural law. God is karma. God is natural law. God is everywhere." And you're going to put this expectation of yourself down. You're going to lay it down. And ironically, it's going to bring you into rapid growth. Oh my God. I just think, Creator, you have such a sense of humor. Like, would you quit expecting yourself to grow? And as soon as you put down the expectation to grow, you grow. Oh my goodness. There's just no end, There's the mystery is always at work in us, always at work in the paradox. Okay, Creator, what is the Page of Cups? What is the Page of Cups, please, Creator? It's interesting. I'm feeling you're brushing by this energy of this person. Oh, look at this, the sun and conflict. Okay, so there's going to be clarification on the conflict. And I was just speaking about this person. So the dynamics of the contract between you and this person who is not yet ready, just like you weren't. This person isn't ready to be congruent. Their actions don't match their words yet. And the dynamics, their contracts with themselves is going to be highlighted. Oops. No, okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay. The Page of Cups, please, Creator. Oh, I'm just getting vertigo and vertigo. Yes. That's basically it. You were just really working super hard toward rapid growth, but you weren't going anywhere. Like you were, but you weren't going as fast as you wanted to go. And you were frustrated. You were hard on yourself, but yet you weren't ready yet for change. You weren't ready for this change as much as you wanted it. You weren't ready for it. And I'm feeling like you knew this at a much deeper level, which is why you were relieved that that the Creator was like, you're not going anywhere until you deal with this. And not to mean like you're not going anywhere, but I mean like you're not, okay, the next one I'm going to clarify is the Page of Swords. It's not that you're not going anywhere, but You can't move forward in the way you want to until you deal with your own self-deception and your own incongruency. Yes, what is the Page of Swords, Creator? What is the Page of Swords? Yeah, you worked really hard. You did have victory. You had victory. You had a sense of victory over this part of yourself and over this person that is in this energy, the deceptive and incongruent energy. You had victory over yourself, and because you had victory over yourself in this energy, you also have victory over them. And I'm feeling like you didn't achieve the victory in the same way, of course, but you know yourself. And when you know yourself, you can understand where others are coming from, and that gives you the advantage right now. So you had a sense of victory, and you did go into, like, you had a sense of like ascension, about it. Yeah, you were no longer committing to this relationship with this energy, no longer committing to this energy within yourself or with anybody else that exhibits this energy. It's not like you're closing them out. You're just letting people be who they need to be. But that also starts with you. You know, a universal axiom is everyone is right, starting with yourself. And when you realize that, your power trip on the world ends. It kind of crumbles. It kind of collapses. Like, well, what the hell am I thrashing up against the world for then if I'm already right? You just haven't realized that you're right. You're the last one to know. You know what I mean? Like, that's often how it feels. You're the last one to know that you're right. You were right all along. You were right all along. And that's what I mean, is you're no longer committing to this energy. You're wanting to continue growing. And we're in like a state of suspended animation. I'm feeling like people were mad at you even because you weren't willing to be incongruent. Oh yes, okay, they're saying people were holding you in place. Like, how do I say this? People in relationships, people will hold each other in place. Like now, don't change now. Oh, this is how you always are. Like, oh, come on. Like they want to hold you in place because holding you in place means they're held in place. Means they're reaffirmed. As soon as you're reaffirmed who they say you are and you agree, great. If you are who I say you are, then I am who I say I am. Oh, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But you stopped playing that game and people were pissed off about it. They were pissed off about it. And you didn't really care. You were continuing to rebuild your life. Rebuild yourself, reinvent yourself. You were continuing to reinvent yourself in this new way that didn't entertain old habits, whatever they were. But that's what I'm feeling. That's what the disruptive energy. Your self-healing was disruptive to others. That's how it is, you know. That really is. And that's how you get to see, like, okay, this is, some of them you have to leave behind, some of them you won't leave behind, you know, you're able to hold space for, but some of them, relationships are complex. They're very complex. It's not just cut and dry, you know. Okay, Creator, what is the Queen of Wands? Actually, no. Let's see what this is. I want to know what this is. What is the Ace of Wands, Creator? What is this new force, new vigor, new life, new strength? Whoop. Am I taking that? Yes. Okay. Oh, of course. Of course. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Off the top. Okay. Yes. Yeah. See? Where you couldn't leave here, now you're ready. Now you're ready. Not only are you ready, but you've proved people wrong. You remember, Matt, I said we hold each other in place, and your healing was disruptive to others. It was not only disruptive, but it's true. Your healing is true. You know, some people want to heal, and oftentimes we'll go through phases thinking that's healing, but then we'll always come back to our center. We'll come back to the way we were before we started on this new diet or new fashion trend or new routine or whatever it is. But whatever it is that you have done, this changing, this healing, it's not a phase. And they're seeing it, and you're showing people that they were wrong about you. And if they're wrong about you, they're wrong about themselves. And that's what's terrifying. And in comes the conflict, causing a lot of conflict, disconnection, or even contemplation. Interesting. The Ten of Swords becomes one sword. So yeah, you kind of, whatever happened here in the conflict, and there was a disconnect, but you're like the Buddha here sitting under the tree, and the Creator's offering you a cup of emotion, a cup of consciousness, a cup of whatever. It's like a test. I'm seeing this like a test. And you, oh my goodness, you like say no thank you. And it's not because you're rejecting the people, it's because you really want you. It's okay, the Creator's asking me to bring this in. It's like when Solomon had his dream. He had a dream where God was offering him all the riches in the world, all the money in the world, all the rich, all the land, all the power, everything, all of it, it's yours. Or, you know, this is like you take the red pill or the blue pill. You can have all the riches in the world, or you can have the mind of God, have all the wisdom, be the wisest man who ever lived. And to this day, he was the wisest man who ever lived. And he chose the latter. And that's what I'm feeling for you. God's offering you this cup. You can go back to these people. You can go back to the way you were. Go back to the old life. It's okay. You know, or not even that so much, but offering you a bridge back. You can have both. You can, you know, it's okay. And you're like, no. This sends you into the underworld. When I see this in reverse, I see that you've come through the underworld, because the Ten of Swords becomes one sword, rooted in the shadow, rooted in the underworld. It's like you have a connection. You understand. When you said no, it was like a 10 of swords for you. Because it was bringing in a truth that you had been avoiding up until this point. A truth that you didn't want to know, you didn't want to see, you didn't want to experience, because it was a game changer. And from what you've come through, you can't go back. You can't. You knew that here when you're sitting under the tree after the conflict, after how far you've come. The cycle is over and you know it. It's over. It's finished. The Sphinx sitting on top of the wheel, the Sphinx's power, and you've overcome an attachment, you've overcome bondage, you've overcome a contract that you were hemorrhaging your power to, and you are no longer. And I'm feeling, yes, that's what fuels your decision to say no, because you remember what it's like to hemorrhage over this contract. Because you know you're going to have to use a lot of your own energy to keep an old cycle alive when you know it's over, it's finished, it's done. You need to let it go. And that's where the 10 of Swords comes in, is you no longer deny the truth. You're now ready to face into a truth that had been formerly too heavy for you, but now it's not. This is about, I'm feeling this is about your sovereignty. This is about you coming into your own sovereignty, into who you truly are. And there was a grief in letting go. There's a grief in reaching for you. There's a grief in reaching for you. It's like, oh. And that's what I mean. This shadow. Oh, Creator, this is so deep. Give me the language for this. Oh, there's so much wound. There's so much pain here. There's so much sadness here. And yet there is so much relief because you came back for you. You came back for you. That's what I see. You guys are so incredible. You guys are so incredible. And that's what gives you the power to stand in your Queen of Wands energy and gives you so much joy and yet so much vulnerability. I don't need to clarify these. You know, your Queen of Wands meaning your new relationship to power. Okay, let's clarify that. What is the collective's new relationship to power, Creator? This is such a sweet, beautiful reading. Like, it is so sweet and tender and yet grueling. It's grueling. It's forgiveness. The power of forgiveness. I don't feel there's lingering resentment, but I'm feeling that the seed or kernel of forgiveness is within you. There's a whole history behind you, and the Creator doesn't want me going there. I could pull it up, but the Creator's, no. The Creator's saying it's not about that. Yeah, what's on the bottom of the deck there? The Five of Cups. Right when I say that, there's a whole history here of yours. Forgiveness of who? Forgiveness of yourself. But I'm feeling that your attachment to this old cycle that was not, it was not really in your best interest, but it was essential to your survival. And that's, I'm feeling also who the forgiveness is toward. Okay. Yes, toward somebody who refused to go within, who refused to mirror you in, you were looking for your reflection in them, and you don't see it. You don't see it. And that was really your guardian. You got your guardian up. It's like, I'm seeing like, that's why you're vulnerable, is because I'm seeing you like, okay, it's like, I don't know why I'm going to use this example, but it's like a recovering alcoholic or user of some kind, some sort of substance user, a recovering substance user of some kind, and they end up back in the atmosphere. Either they end up back in the bar with friends and they have no intention of drinking. They just end up, because they're with these people, specific people, and they end up back in like a lounge. Maybe they're at a business deal and no one knows that they're a recovering alcoholic. That's what I'm feeling here. And you end up in an atmosphere that is risky for you, vulnerable, for you to go back to old ways. But you won't. And this is why your guardian is up. This is why your guardian is up around this person. Because you're trying to figure out, you're trying to build this seed of forgiveness within you and forgive yourself, forgive the past, forgive your life, whatever. And maintain this connection to yourself, but disconnection to a destructive energy. And you know, this Queen of Wands energy, very courageous, very joyful, and very determined. She's determined. And that's you coming into more of your wisdom. And coming down off the hanging position. Showing others wrong, and you're not even trying to. I don't feel at all any kind of I'll show them or I'll show you. I don't feel that at all. What I feel is that they're watching you, hoping you trip, hoping you fall, hoping you fuck up, hoping you go back to your old ways, hoping that they can go, see, I told you that they couldn't do it. I told you the collective couldn't do it. And you're proving them wrong. It's a false prophecy. A false projection onto you. New deck. What is the overburdenedness about, Creator? What is the overburdenedness about? And that's what I mean. That's why you go into so much healing, is because of your commitment to you, your commitment to forgiving, your commitment to this work you've come through. This was incredible work. in your commitment to never, your commitment to this, your commitment to saying no, your commitment to the end of a cycle. What is the Ten of Wands in reverse, Creator? But that's what fuels, that's what makes this possible. Beautiful. Okay. Ten of Wands again in reverse. Oops, am I taking that? Yes. The wheel. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh my gosh. You're really battling with yourself in the future, but you win. You're battling with yourself, but you win. You're battling with an old version of yourself, and the new you obviously wins. Yeah, because an old version of you wants to come back online. It's like, okay, the Creator's saying when the demonic, and that's just like an example, but when, let's say, how do I say this? Yeah, I'm just going to throw this out there. When the demonic starts acting up and starts rattling the cage, rah, you know you're right near, you're right at the breakthrough. You're right at the breakthrough. And that's what I'm feeling, is you're right at the breakthrough, and the magician of the old ways wants to come back. And you're trying to heal something, expecting, and the magician of the old, expecting more healing, expecting miracles to happen, expecting, and you break the cycle. You break the cycle. Yeah. You break the cycle. Oh, look at this. King of Wands, King of Wands. The Tower. So you break the cycle with a part of yourself. See, this magician was fueled by a great sense of insecurity, a great sense of need to show, you were so busy ascending, you were so busy trying to become the best version of yourself that you possibly could. Because you were trying to heal or overcome a part of yourself that was still very, very wounded. But there was a belief, a collapse of beliefs. Something happened here. Bring that back, please, Creator. Bring that back. between here, it has to do with this tower. There was an understanding. You had a clarity. It's almost like self-acceptance. This tower came in, and with this tower came self-acceptance. It has to do with self-acceptance. Absolutely. And that's how you come into your king energy. There was a certain dynamic that came in with this. A certain scenario that I was being shown that came with this, but it had to do with you coming out of an insecure energy, this being fueled, your need to heal, to always be healing, being fueled by a great sense of wounding and insecurity. Maybe with mother. Maybe with mother energy. Maybe you are a mother. Yeah, some sort of self-acceptance. You kind of get it. And with you letting go of this need to always heal, in comes healing, in comes rapid growth. In comes rapid growth. Because you overcome a big part of yourself, a very entrenched part of yourself. In an old system, in an old pattern that you broke. But you know, the old parts of ourselves, they fight back, you know. Am I taking that? Yes. Yes, people can see you are being recognized by people in your life and how much you have changed, how much you have healed, how much you're not the same person you used to be. You're not the same person they knew when they first met you, like at all. I don't feel this is with delusion. I feel this is with your purpose. You're looking for your purpose. You're ready to go forward. You're ready to go forward. Yes, okay, so the scenario that's come with this, with these two cards, with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Thunderbird, is like a student that has graduated high school, has graduated university, and they want to keep going back to school. And I'm feeling that's what the Tower is about. I'm hearing enough already, enough. Because we never feel ready. We always feel, oh, we got to go back, we got to do more, we got to attain more, we got to learn more, we got to do more, we got to heal more. You know, no, you don't. As the Creator says to all of us, to every single one of us, come as you are. Come as you are. The King of Cups. Very beautiful, beautiful energy. A very mature, healing energy. So this is your purpose. You're moving towards your purpose. as a healer, as a person who is a leader and who can smell bullshit coming from a mile away. Who has the spirit of discernment. Yeah, you have the spirit of discernment. Yeah, I'm feeling like yeah, okay, I see. Because this started to turn the whole, I was like, okay, that's an interesting energy after all this sun and loving energy, and all of a sudden in comes the Two of Swords in reverse. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because you are moving into your purpose of being very grounded, having a great sense of discernment of people, and this furthers your commitment to yourself. Is you are done with deceptive energies. You are done with energies, people who don't love themselves, people who don't love themselves. And you're so done with this energy, and you kind of it's like your Queen of Swords has become the guardian. So your heart is still there because the Queen still rules with her heart, but she's not to be fucked with. In the Hermetic deck, she's got some guy's severed bloody head in her hands. She's not to be fucked with. And that's how I feel. Whoever's looking at you and what you've come through, you are one sharp sword. You're like a sword of truth. You cut through bullshit. I'm just hearing in certain groups, when you speak, people run, people scatter, because you're so clear. You leave nowhere to hide with some people. Okay, this has been a long reading. I'm going to leave this here. But yes, this has been a beautiful, beautiful reading. I've been very honored to read this reading. Yeah, you've overcome deception. You come into acceptance. You've come into acceptance. Somebody wants to commit to you. Somebody wants you to commit. It's some sort of a worldly power that you used to be committed to, but you've closed your heart to it. You're no longer, it doesn't align with your heart anymore. You're not interested in connecting with that energy anymore because it's the end of a cycle. You're recovering from this end of a cycle. You're moving on. I'm just seeing this as you moving on. They may think that you're being deceptive, but I don't. I think you're being exactly who you need to be. But you're looking back at somebody who doesn't want to do the work. But you have a sense of victory over them. over their illusions, over their illusions that used to be your illusions, but you have victory over that. And you have a new relationship with yourself, and you're going to be entering into rest. And I'll pull one more, and using your energy very, very efficiently, very cleanly, very responsibly. Last one. Yeah, that's the last one. And a opportunity is going to be coming in towards you. I'm feeling that you are the opportunity, actually. I'm feeling like we live dimensionally. So whatever you have done here, you have aligned. You're the opportunity. And now the experience can now come to you. And that's what I'm feeling. Okay, you guys, this has been a beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm honored to read it. And you guys take care, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Alrighty, bye.